Hello and welcome. It is Sunday, it is afternoon, and it is after NaNoWriMo. But I don't know about you, my story is not done yet. I don't know how much I'm going to write because I'm in book 4 of a series and I need to know how it ends. And I think it's like 15,000 words. I don't know. It's a long book and I might be reading. But I also have my weekly roundup and I do want to get some words in. Anyway, I'm your host, Morgan Hazelwood, and we're running productivity sprints, or reading sprints, or snacking sprints. You do you, whatever you feel like doing. There is no pressure to be productive. It's a lazy Sunday afternoon. So with me today, I have the one and only Doc. Say hi to the nice people.
Hi, nice people.
So who are you and what are you working on, if anything?
I am very tempted to work on nothing today.
You deserve it.
I am a writer of steampunk comedy adventure, and the plan is actually to work on a short story that I have to have done by the end of December for an anthology that we've already done the Kickstarter for. So I really need to deliver this thing sometime this month.
So you're gonna have to switch up your tagline soon because you're writing a story that isn't steampunk comedy adventure.
Yes, no, the short story I'm writing
Not
is
the short, your nano.
oh,
Your
the
nano
Nano
thing.
project. No, the Nano project was a fairy story,
Yeah.
and I had
Is it comedic?
yes,
Is
there
it
are
an
definitely
adventure?
yes,
So you're gonna do
it's
steampunk and fantasy comedy adventure.
something like that. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
I'm branching out. I'm testing the waters in a new pond, and actually, if I actually get this book and the other two books that go with it in the trilogy, I'm going to see if I can actually get those published traditionally
Ooh, good luck.
because these are aimed more for YA market, and
Yeah.
uh, I'd rather have somebody else reach out into that market for me. But we'll see. Got to get them
We will
finished
see.
first.
One
What's the
moment.
matter? You have a concerned look on your face.
Somebody added my email as their recovery email, but this is not.
This is
This
not
is
someone you know.
yeah, yeah. I believe they typoed.
Let us hope that they typoed.
They put in a middle initial, and I'm like that's or they used my middle initial. I have that email, but I don't have the one without my middle initial. So
Uh-huh.
that's not actually yeah a thing. So anyway, yeah, how was your week? I know I won NaNoWriMo. I know you won NaNoWriMo.
Yep.
What state is your book in?
I am somewhere around 63,000 words, and it's not finished yet.
Yeah,
I've actually just gotten to the part where Casey is setting off on her own because she's tired of the way that she's being treated, and she's going off trying to find a dragon because she thinks she can talk a dragon into sending her home because they can move between the worlds.
I
Um,
mean that's a choice.
that's a choice. It's a dangerous choice. Um, we'll just have to see how well she does with that. But
Seriously.
so I think I've got at least half the book to go. But
Okay. I am definitely toward the climaxy bit of my
mhm,
story. I'm definitely going to need to rework some stuff to get the pacing right.
mhm,
And I'm debating whether or not I need another point of view character.
mm,
So it's complicated.
yeah.
But yeah, I think I definitely will need to go back through and rebalance the romance versus plot
Mhm.
elements, especially since it's supposed to be more sci-fi than romance, especially because the other point of view characters don't necessarily have a romance, although they could. So I don't know. I'll need to figure it out. But
Yeah.
it's a weird story, and I'm liking where it's going, but I don't know how to finish it. So it's
Hmm.
it's in progress.
So there's a discovery element there.
There's a discovery element. I mean, I know where they end, but I don't know how to get
Get
there.
there. Hmm.
So, anyway,
Yeah. Um,
hello, Andy and Sarah and RC. And Sarah again over on Twitter or Twitch.
Twitch.
Sorry.
That's Twitch, not Twitter.
And RC is working on writing another article. He managed to salvage the one he was working on Thursday and create something that does not bring great shame.
It might bring shame to his house, but it will not bring great shame.
Excellent. Sometimes you just got to minimize the shame
Yep.
spiral. So
Hi.
I cut you off. What were you going to say before I
I
jumped
was going to
into the
say
comment?
that yeah, my story is actually going to be a bit of a strange one, as I've already introduced the antagonist, who is a friendly antagonist who thinks that he's helping Casey, but he just gets in her way. And I decided last time I was going through the story that I needed to have a villain that um kind of doesn't necessarily want any good things for Casey, but ends up, giving good advice and helping her whether he wants to or not. So,
Oh,
so, and there's a kitten.
hi.
Hi,
Who's a kitty? Who's this guy?
this is Trill.
Hi. Hi, Trill.
Trill's the only one we got right now. Although Key would like to get a pair of kittens, and uh, uh in order to do that, we have to clean up a room to quarantine them, and that's going to take a whole lot of energy.
Effort.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear that. So, let me pop into the comments. Andy is working on finishing a short story draft. It didn't get as much done during Thanksgiving as he thought. Still exhausted from the family invasion. Families can be exhausting. It is known.
It is known. I have been conquered.
Mandatory cat content. I
Yep.
already gave Catticus his gushy food.
Mhm.
Um, so do not be afraid that I am, depriving my kitty of his
So,
deserved.
so hopefully the fact that he's gotten gushy food means that your ankles will be safe for a while.
And my face.
Mm.
Have we not seen him be like chomp mom's cheek when he's not getting attention? Yes,
We
yes,
have,
we
but
have.
that's been a while, hasn't it?
True. I usually distract him before he gets to that.
Yep.
So,
Her fur's starting to come back.
yay. I'm glad to hear that.
Although that's doesn't mean I don't still find her with chunks of fur in her mouth. I
Sure.
don't know quite what she thinks she's doing when she pulls it out, but
Poor
we'll
kitty
see.
girl.
Yeah.
So, I kind of want to snack and maybe get some words in. So, what do
Mhm.
you say about a sprint?
I think we can do a sprint. I think I'm going to be spending most of my sprint setting up my document for my story. So
Okay.
we'll see.
So, let's go ahead and get started then. In 3, 2, 1, boom, chakalaka laka. And we're back. How was your sprint?
Actually went pretty good.
Hey,
I set up a new file for this short story and managed to get in 275 words,
nice.
describing how his lordship went to lay down and sun himself on an island in Greece and found himself being licked by a three-headed dog.
I mean, as one does.
As one does when in Greece, yes.
I mean, I'm assuming
better than being bitten by a three-headed dog.
very true. So let's see. Sarah is watching her video before export, so she can't hear us, but finish the video save for this part. Yay. I made ramen and ate it.
Mm.
And I read some, and I started this week's Roundup like 45 seconds ago.
Okay.
So that's where I am. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Little yawny.
Little yawny.
Right.
I see.
Hopping into the comments, we had some people just swing by. Felicia, hello.
Yep.
Miranda, or Rita, sorry. And Andy got 459 words written. So,
Wharton.
I mean,
Wharton.
I'm just going to say, yet again, writers are known for what they've done after they edit, not before. We're not improvers. I mean, some of us are, but that's a different skill.
This is what editing is for.
It is true.
And one kind of wonders, how many great moments in fantasy languages are the result of typos.
You never know.
Mm-hmm.
So, hello, Patrick. Patrick says, hello, humans. And probably because he doesn't care about our cats, and that's okay. Not everybody can care about our cats.
Mm. And here I was thinking it was because Patrick himself is not human. But
well, that might also be in there, but yeah.
Patrick is just this thing that verbs. No.
Patrick, verbs. Yeah.
Yep. He verbeth.
I don't have anything to say. I'm sorry. I'm very boring today.
It was a long month with a lot of writing every single day.
Long month.
Mm-hmm.
And perhaps I should find a better adjective rather than repeating the same one over and over again.
It was lengthy and strenuous and exhausting.
It was a lot.
Yeah. And I know I took the last 2 days and just didn't do anything.
Sorry, that yawn attacked me. It came out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Patrick says, speaking of typos, I wonder what proofreaders thought of charn. Also, cats cannot respond. So, and human is my way of saying. Yeah. So, Dripping Truth said, hey, with the kitty face. Mm-hmm. And Patrick says, that month yeared. And we have a Sako. Are you ready? Oh, wait. 2 seconds. 1, 2, 3.
There she is.
Right
here.
There we go.
Sorry, I was napping.
Did you see that yawn I just finished as you came on?
Yeah.
So for the next sprint, we're all going to nap for 20 minutes.
I mean,
it'll be scintillating.
it could be a thing. It could be a thing. So how was your November? Are you glad you're done?
I should be filming things, but I've been doing self-care things after November.
You know what I'm not doing this year?
Hmm,
Vlogmas, or at least not
yeah,
a daily Vlogmas. I might
me
do
either.
a couple, like a weekly Vlogmas, but mm-mm.
Good choice.
NaNoWriMo broke me this year. It's never broken me this bad before, but I've never, like, had the binge read, like,
Yeah.
come over me during Nano before, and that made for a horrible combination.
So did you kind of do a NaNoWriMo and a NaNoWriMo at the same time?
I read 42 books.
So yes.
I went to bed after 3 a.m. more than 50% of the month on work nights. It was not good. I had no self-control left after getting my words in and my day job. Nothing else happened except binge reading and like snacking. Like
Yeah.
nothing. I was not functional last month.
Right.
It was not good.
One has to remember that Morgan's pattern of reading is she opens a book and she keeps reading until she's finished the book.
I
Then she
mean,
puts it down and goes to sleep. No.
right. What is this quitter strip thing you talk about? Oh, I mean bookmark.
Quitter strip.
I like to think of them as the podcaster's method of reading. It's all time shifted.
Yeah. There's a reason I usually try not to start new books after 9 a.m. or 9 p.m. During Nano, I started books after finishing my words at 3 a.m. once. It was not a good night for me.
No.
But it was a good book, so whatever. I don't know. I had some problems.
Was there a single day that you did not read a book in November?
Maybe, but I don't. Maybe that first week.
Okay.
So, Patrick said, "So your night's monthed?" Yes.
Her night's month.
Sarah's watching on mute while her video processes. I'm glad you enjoyed my videos. I did try to, I did do my blog and everything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you hit my weekly roundups, it's got all the authors listed. So, Patrick says, a friend calls it the quitter strip. Yes, as of 20 years ago. So Morgan has company. Weird company, but he's nice, but weird. My mom's a librarian. I think we've called them quitter strips since I was a kid. So also, I vaguely think that at some point my mom knew people in your circle or something like that. So I would not be surprised. Maybe they got the term from the same person.
Maybe.
It's a small world after all.
Yeah, I would think bookmarks would be important for a librarian because when you're sitting there reading, you have no control over when people are going to come up and insist that you stop reading and start helping them find things.
So
and that is what you're being paid for. So
high school librarians don't get to sit and read on the job, like ever. They do have to read, but I don't think on the job. They review the books that are recommended before they go into their libraries, though.
So theoretically, they're not reading on the job, but the reality is
they have classrooms coming in all the
job.
time, and my mom was also in charge of all of the audiovisual. So any teacher who wanted to show a movie in their class, she had to set that up, and she did the electronic classroom. So she had to supervise the 2 or 3 kids who were doing like Latin over the internet before that was even a thing, and all the kids that didn't finish their test in time that had like the PIP so they could keep taking the test got moved to the library to supervise. Like there's a lot a librarian does that's not just, and all the SOL tests, like sitting around and reading is not something most librarians have time to do at work. Long story short.
Yeah.
So
I'm
you
not
want to
saying
know?
that all librarians do is sit around and read. Yes, they've got a lot of stuff to do, but
Yeah,
there's definitely times in the season where it's like I have books.
you know, who gets to read most frequently at work, at the librarian job? The person doing the
Checking out.
no, the person who does story time with the kids.
Oh yeah.
Also, those books are quick.
Also, those books are book.
Those
Yeah.
are small books.
42 picture books would have taken me less time.
hmm
So
Actually,
yeah,
42 picture books I could have done in a month.
maybe even a day.
Maybe.
I'd have probably gone to the library and just like sat and shelf read.
Yeah.
There was a time when I would get a large stack of comic books and sit down and read them on Sunday afternoons. So. And comic books are basically picture books
Right? Yeah.
with smaller words.
Patrick says that picture books are the bulk of what he read this year.
Mhm.
Shocked. This is my shocked face. With small children in the house, you read a lot of picture books.
Yeah.
So anyway, what do you say about a spread so I can finish this chapter that I'm reading? I mean, so I can finish my weekly roundup and get some words in my story. Who believes that?
I say the clock needs to be reset first. Hi.
Hey, right now I'm in the middle of reading a time loop, so Ah,
So you want to get back to it before you lose your place because then you'll have to read it over and over again.
when they run into each other, the question is, who are you and what time is it? And the answer is time. And this is like the third loop around or the 30th
Mhm.
loop around because he killed the god of time and now he has the time powers,
Yep.
but he doesn't know yet. Anyway,
You got to keep track of the iterations, man.
time loops,
Yep.
they're fun. So anyway, let's get started in 3, 2, 1, boom, chakalaka. and I read a book. Shocked. Who's shocked? I just see you show hands. Sako's hands are above her shoulder. No, okay. RC is back and the music made him jump. Hey, I could have like a more alarming alarm. I just don't like alarm. Right? Yeah. How was y'all sprint?
I did nothing.
This bump of solidarity. Oh yeah. Doc,
I
no
wrote
solidarity.
more words. I wrote like I think another 300 words. My story's now up to
Nice.
611, and I think I had 200 something before. So
Yeah. Like a person who came to sprint and like put words down.
Or
honestly,
something.
I could spend the next sprint watching the new episode of Doctor Who if you like.
Ooh, I forgot that was out.
Yeah, the second special's out.
I haven't seen the first special yet. I'm still like I haven't watched in like a year, so
it's on Disney Plus now, and it's like, when did they make this announcement?
Yeah, then I have to talk to my sister about getting on her family account or borrowing her family account, whichever.
You need to visit your sister and watch it with her.
In my
right, Disney, right?
Yes, I will be. She will be visiting me as she does on a weekly basis, so we can watch together. So, popping into the comment, Patrick says the alarm should be so alarming that the bodies hit the floor, or that should be the song for the alarm. Unclear. RC got 171 words in, or was he trying to add a 0, or is that a rock star hand?
I think he's waving.
Oh, okay. Patrick got 585 words, and he's working through a parade in the work in progress, not outside. And if I wanted to watch the classic Doctor Who, RC says they're on Tubi. Tubby? Unclear.
Tubi. Or not Tubi.
RC says that Tom Baker is better than all the other doctors combined. Wait, he didn't say combined. He just said is better.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I already know I'm wrong. I started watching Doctor Who because I saw a Christmas special and decided Clara was the best thing ever. And I know everybody hates Clara, so F you.
I love Clara.
Oh, good.
I like Clara.
I like
so.
Clara.
She was a good.
I like Clara.
I like the companions who like try to out-doctor the Doctor, and Clara actually got to do it.
Yeah, it was super fun. And yeah. I mean, nothing beats Good Man Goes to War, but
yeah, I mean, there's always going to be certain episodes which are just much better showcases for the companions than others, and
it's true. So let's see. RC, I was indifferent to Clara. Yeah, I have some friends who love Donna, and they hated Clara so hard.
Oh, because they love Donna.
I don't know if it's a if Donna's for you, Clara's not for you, or whatever. But Donna just reminds me of having a dead-end job in my hometown and being trapped forever, and that's like my worst nightmare. So maybe that's like why I don't empathize with that. I grew up in a small town of like 2,000 with a paper mill and 2 stoplights, and that's about it. So I mean, it's perfectly reasonable. I'm related to a third of it. You know, there's only so many opportunities there.
Yeah. I never really understood quite why Donna was so outrageously popular. Because it's like when she showed up in the first special, The Runaway Bride, she was like incredibly annoying. And it's like, hey, wait, they're bringing her back? Why are they?
I enjoyed some of the storylines they did with her. I can't say I didn't, but
no, I have to admit she was horrible in the special, but she was good in the series. but it's still kind of like there's only so much we can take this. And I have to admit that the Dr. Donna
was
bit
amazing.
and was amazing. But I don't know. We'll see. The first special was an interesting setup for bringing her back, and I haven't seen the next special yet, so I've heard good things about it.
Bringing who back?
Bringing Donna back.
Wait, what?
Yeah. After Jodie ended her tenure and regenerated, the Doctor had David Tennant's face back, and it's like, what? Why is his face back?
I'm sure it's just a time glitch.
Time glitch, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, apparently it's also wrapped up with Donna Noble, but when you watch the special, you'll get that.
I have to admit, watching the Doctor Who, there's a song with Donna and David Tennant and John Barrowman singing an ode to their writer. That was hilarious and amazing and made me love them all as people. That will make me like the characters a lot better. Let me see if I can find it.
Okay. They are three very talented people, but Donna's character is not my favorite companion.
Yeah. So anyway.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm trying to find
I know you're finding that, but I got to point out Andy saying, "Oh, we're into classic Doctor fight." The games of my youth. And then only 262 words this time around. Had a cat emergency because apparently it's wet food time. So apparently we should all remember that it's time to feed your cats wet food right before the stream.
I mean, obviously. Okay, there we go. Yes, the Ballad of Russell and Julie. It is hilarious, clearly a parody of an older song that I wasn't 100% familiar with, but I love it every time. So, yeah, let's see. Yeah, Andy said when Russell T. Davies retired the first time, they made a musical about him trying to make the series. Yeah, so it's in the chat if you need the link. So
I do.
Patrick says every character can't be loved by everyone and can't be the same. It's dramatically boring. Rose Tyler was one type, Donna Noble was another. Yeah, I love that all the companions seem to be so different from each other, and I like that a lot. Rita says, I grew up in a small town with no stoplights and only one we only have one grocery store, and there's still no stoplights. Yeah, we have two bridges, and we are at the end of a highway because there's a river. So
well, I grew up in a small town, and when we got our first McDonald's, people were like saying, we've made it. We're on the map now. We have a McDonald's.
I was like 7 when McDonald's came to town. I remember that. It was a very exciting time in my life.
Yeah.
Andy says there's a Doctor Who complaint form that was just updated for this year. It is literally every Whovian fight made into a single form.
Okay.
I think my Doctor Who appreciation is like my appreciation of books versus movies, and that they're all different and I don't expect them to be the same, but I appreciate them for what they are.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the bar for entertaining me is pretty low, so if you don't, you should probably work on that.
Yeah, that's a problem. What part of easily amused do you not get? No.
Right? Exactly.
But I have to admit, I've loved some of the stuff that they have done. Linking back new Doctors with some of the older ones that have come before. Kind of underlining is like New face, but still the same person.
Timey-wimey.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, so, did we want to have another sprint?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got time.
We got timey-wimey.
We got timey-wimey.
So, okay, let's go ahead and do another sprint and think about the timey-wiminess of time. In 3, 2, 1, start.
Boom.
the sprint's over. I read another chapter. Yay, go me.
Yay.
How was your sprint?
I did a little self-care and I'm playing Arkham Asylum.
Ooh, which character are you?
Batman.
Are you a Batman sort of person?
You kind of don't have a chance
okay.
or choice in Arkham Asylum. You are Batman.
I got some more ice for my drink.
Yeah.
Ice, baby.
I went to the bathroom. I started working on a grocery list.
What? On Sunday? You never.
Yeah, it's not going to get delivered till tomorrow or the day after, but yeah, you got to restock.
You got to restock. I get it. So let's check with the audience how their sprint was. Larry swung by. Hello. Hello, Dante. I think the Dante. Yeah. Okay.
Dante Erics. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know who that is.
Hey, Diego. Andy got another 296 words in, but headed out to dinner.
Yeah. Just the time.
6 o'clock is usually his hard stop. So Larry is just working because work happens. True facts about the work. I still have the tab open, but I did not listen to the Ballad of Doctor Who.
I made it halfway through before I couldn't take it anymore.
It's ridiculous.
I pulled it up, but I haven't gone to that tab because we're streaming.
What craziness! Who knew?
Yep.
Who knew? So yeah. I don't know anything else.
You don't know anything else.
My cat is taking a nap, and he has a paw like right there.
Oh.
I was also sat on by a cat for part of that last sprint. So
I mean, these things happen.
And I also had to, entertain a cat.
Mm-hmm.
And now she is content because she hears my voice.
I mean, you might have been lost.
I might have been lost.
Does the cat not like when you're silent?
No, the cat does not like when I'm not around.
Okay.
I mean, Catticus hates when I'm not around as well, so I understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one gets really excited when you come back after you've been gone all day because you have to work in another building.
Have you considered not working in another building?
I have considered it. I've also done it in the past, but they won't let me do it anymore.
I know. That's a problem. I really should go into the office and at least update my calendar. I think it might be on October. Might be September. Unclear.
22?
No, 23. But a couple months ago, I started working with another team that's based out of St. Louis. So... And I don't know that we have two people in the same place on the team because it's the parent company and they've got a lot of different people in places. So popping into the comments, Patrick got through 1,195 words, but some of that was formatting, and he's also writing politics because he's a former campaign volunteer. He can basically script those arguments.
Oh.
Patrick thinks I should talk a friend into flipping the calendar for me.
Lol.
To imply Morgan was here. Morgan will be here tomorrow. Estragon. Wait, what's estragon? I don't know that word.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I thought he had typed estrogen at first, and I was trying to figure out where that comes in.
So the only problem is my friend who works there, who is nearest my desk, is also like on par with my 3 levels up boss.
Oh.
So that gets a little awkward.
That is a little awkward.
Especially since I'm only supposed to have a cube if I come in 2 to 3 times a week. And I haven't been in 3 months.
Yeah, I think they've given it to someone else.
No, I don't think they have. I don't think enough people are back in the office that they would give it away. They would tell me to come get my stuff before giving somebody else my office or my
Oh,
cube.
that's nice.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. We have hotel cubes and stuff like that. So, but
gotcha.
we're supposed to hot desk unless we're in more than
A
half the
couple
week.
days a week. Yeah.
But I don't want to go in if I don't have a desk because I don't want to haul my stuff in and out.
Yeah.
So it makes me less likely to show up if I don't have a desk, but I haven't been showing up, so why do I need a desk? I don't know.
I guess it really
Yeah.
depends on how much
Catch
stuff you need.
Yeah. Well, I like to have snacks there, and I like to just have a space that's mine and like that I know people haven't been sneezing all over. And also, I have the front cube on a row of cubes, and I can see out the window from like across the aisle over the copier machine. And it's the first time in like 6 years I've had a cube where I could see outside. And it's
Oh.
also at the front of the row, so it's a little larger than most cubes. It's a really nice cube, I'm telling you. When I go into the office, I am not sad to work there, but it's the whole going into the office part that
That
really
makes you
stuck on.
sad. Makes me sad.
Right? And it's an 8-minute commute. I have like no reason to be upset, but maybe I should start going in. Maybe my executive function would work better with like a different routine. Or switching up my routine would kickstart it. Unclear.
Or something.
Unclear. So, Patrick has explained that Vladimir and Estra
Estragon, yeah.
are the main characters in Waiting for Godot.
Okay.
Okay. So the previous quote was then a quote from Waiting for Morgan.
I have things I could say that are not PG-13. Carry on. Okay.
So if you've subscribed to the after show, no.
Bye show.
Are you streaming after this? Are you taking another nap after this?
I'll probably be playing Batman.
I mean, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I was going to say on Twitch, that's a valid show in and of itself.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, but it's on a PS3.
I think some of you don't need any more encouragement. So anyway, let's talk about what we're planning on doing for December, since there's not enough time for another sprint, but you know, we still got like 10 minutes. Do you have any December projects?
There are belly dance shows.
Ooh, how many?
A lot, but I backed out of most of them. There's Greg's birthday party on the 16th.
Which I am very much not invited to.
For reasons of conflict.
Basically, he's best friends with my ex-husband.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I'm happy they're friends. That's awesome. But also,
don't get me into the drama. Like,
I'm not putting you in the drama.
I could go on about your ex, but I.
Oh my goodness! I got an email or an IM from him out of the blue this week, telling me that I was wrong for telling him he was thoughtless and cruel for not telling me about my cat being put down. So that was a thing that happened on Thursday. Yep. Anyway.
Yep. He was full of wrongness.
He's been my ex for quite a while, and he needs to move the fuck on.
Yep.
I wish him happiness over there.
Yeah. Wish him happiness.
But happy birthday to Greg. I like Greg.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to put y'all in awkward situations.
No. It's all good.
The ex does that to himself.
Yes, he does.
He is self-awkwarding.
No.
He is. Oh, woe is me! Everybody left me for the other half. Sort of.
He has chronic depression, and it was much easier to decide that my actions were the reason for it, rather than the fact he has chronic depression, because it's always easier to be depressed when you have a reason for it.
It's not just that, but
Yeah.
he needs to seek help.
He
Yeah,
does. He
I
really
was going to
does.
say, basically, it's a case of he has problems and he's not getting help for them because he chooses to blame somebody else for them. And
He
Also,
will choose to lie to the doctors and until they let him go.
yeah, he had some really traumatic experiences with therapists at a young age, and that is not going to heal anytime.
No.
But anyway, that's way more than anyone needed to know about my ex.
Yep.
Yay! Trauma. Also, I mean, he can never do better than me. So, I mean, it's all downhill
He
from
can.
here.
It's all downhill from there. Yeah.
So, I mean, pity the fool. Oh my goodness. So, any creative projects or just the belly dancing and the band aid?
Actually, I will be filming for my gaming channel and my marketing channel. This channel,
Okay.
maybe, possibly, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna do a bunch of filming this month, and
Sweet.
we'll see what's up.
Yeah, that's awesome. Doc, what are you working on besides just the short story, or do you think you can handle more than that?
Well, the big thing is that I've got to get the first draft of this short story done
Sure.
and sent off to the publisher so they can tell me I did it wrong and send it back to me. I can fix it.
Can you stick some more gears on it?
Pretty much, yeah.
Is it the same publisher who wanted more gears last time?
Yes, it was the same publisher. But the publisher was very happy with the changes that I made to the story. So
Excellent. The appropriate number of gears have been added.
apparently, yeah. Well, it also got a lot more morbid, but
Oh, well.
but
I mean,
it made it a better story. So
it was in a Murder of Crows or something like that, right?
it's in a cast of crows. Yes, it's out in
So there needed to be more murder.
something like that. But this next story is for A Cry of Hounds,
Okay.
which is going to come out next year.
Are there any puppies in it?
So as my story is actually has his lordship and Crackle and Bang encountering a Cerebus on a Greek island.
Right. We just had the dog waking him up by saying it.
Right. And Tinka's reaction when she sees the Cerebus is puppy.
Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be?
Yep. And she immediately glomps upon him and starts rubbing his belly.
Sure. So I think the real question here is, do all of the heads like him as much?
Yes. They like him. They're of mixed opinion about Professor Crackle.
And I mean, our main character thinks that the puppy is a good boy, right?
Oh, of course he's a good boy.
Okay.
But
my roommate finally watched the latest Guardians of the Galaxy.
okay.
Oh.
For those who have not seen, one of the side characters is a dog, and at one point one of the characters tells the dog that they were a bad girl and won't take it back for the entirety of the movie until the dog helps save the day at the end, and then she's told she's a good girl again. But so mean, like days and weeks, and I'm sure it emotionally felt like years of being told that she was a bad dog.
Yep. This is a canon Marvel Comics character. I believe her name is Cosmo.
Ah.
Like that. But she's got a collar on that lets her speak English. So
or whatever language they're speaking.
Yeah. But
so it's adorable, and they told her she was a bad dog.
Mm-hmm.
It was so tragic.
So not right. Yes. But anyway, I've got to write that story during December. I should also start looking at what conventions that I want to do for this next year.
Yeah.
I was an impromptu panelist yesterday at 9 a.m., which I haven't seen all month.
Surprise.
So there's a thing in the fanish circles for people who run science fiction fantasy fan conventions, especially they're the people who do like Worldcon and a bunch of the other regional conventions. There's a concept called SMOF, the Secret Masters of Fandom, and they have a convention called SMOFCon, in which it's convention runners talking about running conventions and how to do it better. And so I got an email on Thursday by somebody I know from my local sci-fi convention who was helping with the programming of that one. And they're like, hey, we had a bunch of panelists drop out for a 9 a.m. panel. We were wondering if you could step in and talk about social media and publicity. And I was like, yes, I can.
Yes, I can.
Super flattered that you asked. I can talk about it in my sleep. And I kind of did.
At 9 a.m. you will be asleep. No.
Right? It was a pure hybrid panel, which I haven't done since the pandemic.
Yeah.
They had me streaming into the room and the other panelists were live, and the video lagged a couple times. I had to like reconnect, but other than theirs, not mine.
Yeah.
But other than that, when I was chatting, there was no lag, so that was really nice. So yeah, and then I had the worst headache and went back to bed for 3 hours.
That'll do it.
I blame yesterday's storm front moving in.
Yeah.
Combined with sleep deprivation from the aforementioned November, making me vulnerable.
Yeah, I didn't sleep last night, so I slept during the day.
I mean, you're half vampire anyway.
I know.
You get it from what? Your mom?
My mom's a vampire. Is that what you're hinting at?
I mean,
take that however way you want it.
That's dark.
Sorry. Popping into the comments, Larry says they're going to look into joining Get Your Words Out and get their shit together regarding querying submissions, etc. Well, if you need any help, Patrick Hopkins and I we over on my coffee, if you want. But he also has a Facebook group where we help people polish their query letters and submission letters, and he has an amazing success rate. And I handle the finances for him because he doesn't want to look at money. But he does like eating, so.
Oh, I see.
It's a problem.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, I know. And talking about looking at what conventions I'm going to do, I need to figure out if I'm going to be doing Key City Steampunk next year because
it went really well.
It did go well, but my wife decided that she wasn't selling enough, so she didn't want to go back. And
wasn't it its first year though?
No, this is something like the 4th or 5th year. I mean, the pandemic messed things up a bit, but they put out a call for vendors recently, and they said they expect to fill up because I believe last year they actually had a waiting list for people to vend, and it's like, so now I don't have my wife at the other end of the table, and it'd be nice if I could find somebody who to go and so at least split the cost of the table. But,
sure.
Yeah, I don't know, and I need to see some of the earlier. I probably missed some of the earlier conventions for next year. That it's probably too late to try to sign up as a guest, but
yeah,
I need to think it out and start putting in my calendar when I need to request these things that I better.
Right. I do like conventions, but I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe I need to focus more on getting published than going places. I don't know where I am right now.
Either that or you need to come up with sellable merch, right?
I am actually working on that. So yeah. Anyway, we are actually at time now.
Oh,
So let me hit the comments real quick. Larry asks, where do I find that Doc Coleman's query thing? Because I'm adverse to extra steps.
And I'm trying to figure out what query
What's
thing
your
do I
query thing?
have? I don't have a query thing.
Patrick
Patrick and
Hopkins.
Morgan have a query
Nah.
thing.
And you can check that out and get the deets from my coffee. And I can also link in the Facebook group as well.
There you
Give
go.
me just a second.
There's the link on the screen. You'll also find it in the chats.
And there you go. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you want some stuff, we have live streamed some of our query rewrites for the query helpline with 2 E's. Yes, it's a pun. Not a misspelling. I think some of our earlier ones, we go more into the hows and whys. Some of the later ones are more analyzing literature and seeing why they work and what we can glean from the language. So yeah, Patrick's like, wait, you mentioned the magic word, queries. What? So anyway, let's do our outros and chill the bleep out for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
Because we
howdy, neighbors. I'm Sako Tumi, also known as Voit. I write horror, and I'm a witch, and I'm a graphic designer, and sometimes I combine those 3 things. I'm going to be filming a whole bunch in December, and then in January I should have content. So please to be subscribing both to Morgan and to myself. And we will catch you on the flip side.
Aw, yeah. Doc?
And I'm Doc Coleman. I write steampunk comedy adventure, although I'm branching out. And if you're interested about any of my writings, then go to your favorite search engine and type in Doc Coleman Steampunk. And that will help you find my website at doccoleman.com, which is something I also need to update this month. But it will also help you find my Amazon author page, where you can see all of my published works and you can look at samples, decide if they're right for you. And you can subscribe to my author page so that you know when I put out new books, so you can buy them.
Okay. And I'm your host, Morgan Hazelwood. I am a fantasy sci-fi author with only one short horror story out there. But you can find me everywhere, blogging, and podcasting, writing tips from the pros, and of course, my own Writerly Musings. This week, I was talking about when you're getting an agent, querying in batches is the way to go. And also talking about how NaNoWriMo completely destroyed, devastated, and butchered any ounce of executive function I had left. And, also the list of books I read this month. So if you want to see that, that's where that is. I must say some of those contain many trigger warnings. So know what you like and go for it. So have a wonderful week. Congratulations, everyone who finished NaNoWriMo, whether you have 10 words or 50,000 words. If you ended the month with more words than you would have had otherwise, you won in my world. So thank you all for joining me. It was so great to have you all. And I do this year round, not just during Nano. So later. Bye-bye.